Hi everybody, this is Pramita here, and today I'm going to do a project with you. So I have listed a set of templates. This is going to be my first template set. There will be more, and how you can use this template to create your own ephemera and put together a journal kit using the collage papers that are already in my shop. So if you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you have been here for a while, then welcome back. So I'm going to go through this template set and show you how easily you can uh, put together a simple journal kit. And even if you want to do multiple sets, you can do that with any papers. You can do that. So I have created this template set which has 3 pages, and this is the garden spring garden kit that I already have, collage kit, and I can prepare entire journal set with ephemera pieces using these templates. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how easily you can do this. So what I have done is I've printed this out on a regular copy paper, not a very fancy one, and then I have glued these elements on a thicker cardstock kind of paper. But in this case, what I'll suggest is go for a packaging material like your cracker box, your cereal boxes. They are perfect for these kind of projects also. So what I've done, I've cut these down, and then I have glued these on thicker materials, and yeah, then I've cut them down again, and now I have templates to go, cut and use. So I am a big fan of templates, honestly, because if you have a set of templates, you can basically work on any kind of papers that you have. So there are 3 sheets in this this template set, and the first page has this tag, these journal cards, labels, and a ticket shape. So you can use that also. Let me move the camera a little bit. So you can use that, and these are extremely handy to create different kinds of sizes. And over here, this is the triangle pocket, and this can also be used as a pocket. And there you have another pocket, okay, and one envelope, small tag, and this is actually meant as a tiny envelope. Now not everyone has the We Are Memory Keepers tiny envelope punch. So even if you don't have that tiny punch, you can create a small envelope using this template. This will work just fine, and you will see as I go along in the process how easy it is to create more than one set of ephemera using these templates. So um, I do have the mini template, but not all has that. I totally understand that, but you would love the effect of the mini envelope on in your journal. You can add a little bit of fussy cutout flowers, and this is the bigger envelope and the bigger tag. Now the tag is not very big because we already have the triangulated tag, which is pretty big in size. So I wanted to give a variety of shapes and sizes. So these are the things that we're going to be using. I will link the template set below in the description box. And templates are fun because once, see, I have glued them down on, a kind of uh, not very thick, but notebook cover, which is very, very suitable for this. And I've just glued them down. And then again, I've cut these out. So now I have the set, which is, it's good for quite some time. So when you, again, if you feel that you have already messed up these templates, you can simply print another set and then create another set of templates. So that's the whole idea behind having digital template images. Now what I'll do is, next I'm going to show you another technique whereby it will be easier for you to visualize the edges. Now what happens is, when we laid this down on the page, you might find it a little bit difficult to guesstimate the edge sometimes. But if you ink it up, then it becomes more definitive. So even if you mess up cutting this up, you can ink it and make it more visible to your eye. Like this one, you can easily ink this up and then go around with your pencil on the paper that you want this image, this shape to be. So keeping that fact in mind, I'm just inking the edges. You don't have to, but if you find that you might have difficulty or you have messed up the edges, you can just simply ink over that and then place that on the paper itself. I'm still down with a very bad cold, but still I'm trying to do the best I can. um, Here what I'm trying to do is I have printed out this page, this kit. It is a 20-page kit, and what I've done is I have printed it in two sets. Like, I have printed two double sets of the same thing, and because I am going to put together a journal kit using these papers. So the kit will usually have 4 to 8 pages, main pages, and then you'll have an assortment of pages like music paper, ephemera pages, office ephemera kind of thing, receipts, plain paper, lined paper, grid paper, handmade paper, anything that you want. So what I do is, when I'm putting together a journal, I usually use 3 to 4 or 5, depending on the size of the journal, main pages. The rest of the pages are filler pages. That means they are either tea dyed or coffee dyed, whatever. Lined paper, blank paper, vintage receipt, that can be original, that can be printable, music paper, lined paper, grid paper, sorts of an assortment of papers that you can use. So that's what I do, but I usually keep 4 to 5. You can go with six pages, main pages. So I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to choose some pages which will go in my journal, the journal kit that we are creating, that will have main pages, and also it will have the rest of the pages. I'm going to cut them down to form ephemera. So you can use that as an ephemera. So I'm not going to use that page as the main page. So the main page will have something like this. So I'm going to keep the roses one as a main page. Again, the one that I have, I might use this one as a main page, and this one, so I'm just putting this on this side. Okay, so these two are already chosen. They are going to form the main page of the journal. So that's going to be that, and I'm going to choose some other papers that would go perfectly with this. So this paper, I don't think I'll be using as a main page. This one I will go as a main page because it has these images which are practically scattered all over the page, and this one also will work well because it has this diagonal sort of effect. So I already have 4 pages over here, and 2 of the pages I will go with as ephemera pages. So I'm going through that, and I will be keeping 2 pages as ephemera page, the collage neutral ones, so 1 page, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 and 2 more as the neutral collage pages. So that way what happens is, when you have neutral pages, they automatically balance out the color that you are using in the journal. So that is why I like to use some neutral elements or neutral colors in my journals also. So that way somehow, the colorful elements are balanced out. And even if you go wrong somewhere with the colors while creating a journal, it will not look odd or stand out or anything, because you already have this neutralizing effect sort of thing, you can say. So I'm going to be keeping these papers for my the as main pages, and remove the rest. So now we have uh, four main pages with floral accents, and also kind of four pages with the neutral collage thing. Now, why have I chosen four? So I have chosen four neutral pages because if you want to make a signature, more than one signature, then you can create your own signatures by using an equal amount of pages. So you will get two floral elements page and two neutral collage page. I'm sure you people must be understanding what I'm talking about. Again, in your next signature you will have the same balance of papers. In case you're not using the same two signature concept that I'm talking about, you can make a single journal using these papers. So now I'm going to cut these down, and this part is going to form some ephemera very nicely even before I use the template. So I'm going to cut that down first and show you then later on how you can use templates also along with your random ephemera making from collage sheets. So I'm going to follow this uh, line and cut it down. Okay, now we have this ephemera. Now we can cut off the white portions and then we are good to go. So this is a very thick quality paper that I use. I like to use a good quality paper and also good quality inks, original inks. Otherwise you will not get this vibrancy in your projects, because this is a digital project. So you have to have good quality paper as well as good quality ink coupled with the machine that you are using. But you to get the desired results you have to be sure of that. But each of the machines are different, so even if you're buying the same machine, same model from the same company, you might have different you might have variations in coloration a little bit here and there. So keep in mind that that is also possible. So now I'm going to draw this triangulated tag, but I'm trying to see this. I will go with the triangulated one. I like that better, and that's totally fine. I'm just going to draw this out and then cut them. So now I'm just going to draw this out and cut them. So I'm just trying to guesstimate where should I place the paper, the template, so that I can get maximum out of this paper. So I'm going to draw this, and I'm drawing it on the front side because I will use my eraser to rub that off later on. It's just for me to see how much of the image that I will be able to get. So this is you might see a weird shadow of my head. That's only because I'm trying to figure out how to cut this out as best as I could and stay in frame and not mess up. So this is how it's looking. Now I'm just going to take off the angular edges, sides, and we are good to go. So here we have a beautiful tag which sort of mimics this template, and you can see for yourself how easy it was to create a simple tag. And so we have this ephemera pieces already created from the first page. So we have this big journal card or tag or whatever. It can be turned into a pocket also. So that's there. This is another one. And we have the tag. And now we are left with this scrap. So this again, you can make a journal card or a ticket or whatever. So I'm going to put this over here. Again, I'm going to draw this out and cut out the shape. So now we have another journal card ready also. And here you can see that I am just left with this tiny scrap which can be made into something else, like you can make this ticket out of this shape or a label or whatever. So I'm going to draw this out and then cut it out. So now I'm going to draw around this ticket and show you how you can make the most of the collage papers that we have. So in case you do not have you know you are unable to cut out the corners properly, you can use a single hole punch to punch out the circle. But personally, I prefer to do it by hand. It's not an issue for me. But if you are uncomfortable doing those corners, because those areas are pretty tricky, so if you are uncomfortable or you are not sure whether you'll be able to do a good job, you can easily use a single hole punch and get the same kind of effect. So I'm just trying to fussy cut that out. So that's it, and our ticket is also ready, which you can use in your clusters. You can use to decorate that, add a little bit of lace, die cut some flowers or something, and we just have this much left. And see how effective this template system is. And I have found my use being more happy when I am allowed to work with templates. Cut them down, cut the collage papers down. And what I found was my journals were more unique because they are not using the uh, because what happens is when you are thinking something as a tag, some portion of the page as a tag, somebody else might think that as a journal card or a pocket or an envelope, whatever. So I am going to cut this portion of this page, and I will show you how you can extend the page using these portions. This is a pretty wide page portion, you can say. It's too wide for a tag, but it is pretty convenient as journal page. So now I'm going to work on this page and show you what I'm planning on doing. So I'm going to take off the whites. Okay, so now what we can do is now we can decide on what next template that we can create. Now personally I think I will make an envelope first, the big one, because this has a very large image in the middle section of the page, and that's perfectly fine because you can line the envelope, the larger envelope, more towards the side, and then you will see that your image is going to be perfectly in the middle. So I'm just going to place this, move as much as possible towards the end. And now if you are using a bigger template like this, this might get moved around while you're tracing the line. So I will suggest that you use paper clips or the sewing clips or whatever, but I use these clips because they are tiny. They do not scratch or destroy the paper in any way, nor do they leave marks. So I'm going to be putting these paper clips, and then I'm going to trim this out, draw this out first, and then I'm going to trim this out. Now I'm just going to complete. So when you fold this envelope, you will see that there's no front or back or right or wrong of the flaps. This is something which I will advise not to do uh, right away. Once you're comfortable with the template system, if you are not yet, then only go for this. Otherwise the safe way is to draw the template and then cut this out. So I'm going to just cut this out. I'm going to just make sure that everything is okay, and I also need to make those two indentations that are left. uh, so marking those two portions because I want my fold to go from there, but I will also show you an easy trick whereby you just take a ruler. This is not something that I've invented, this is, but preferably take a thinner ruler so that there is little space that is being occupied by the ruler, so that your scoring is absolutely perfect. And this is how you just fold this over. And now again I'm going to place this ruler. This ruler is from some planner that I had, and I'm going to use that as a guide. just so that it helps me to fold this flaps. Yeah, so that's done. Now fold this over. So try to take a ruler which is very thin, then your your project will have a better finish. So here is our envelope, and you can see pretty well how pretty it is looking, and we just did it in a few minutes time. And now what you can do is, if you already have bought my postal kit, I don't know, if you have not, then you can see whether you like it or not. This stamp came in the ephemera set, and I will be using that as a stamp on the envelope itself. So you can use other stamps that are already there in the ephemera kit. In my postal themed ephemera kit, there are lots of stamps that you can use and decorate your envelopes. So this can be used either way, and if you want, you can trim that down, no worries. So this is how our envelope is looking. So I think I'm pretty happy with it, and you people have also realized that how suitable it is to create your own envelopes. You could have made this portion of the page into a tag, and that would have been totally different. So that is what is unique about using templates in cutting down papers, be it collage papers, be it any kind of paper. And you can make a tag or card or envelope from any paper that you have, not only digital. You can use this in your cardstock pattern paper, or the thinner paperweight quality papers that you must be having in your stash somewhere, and you just need just an excuse to use them up. You have been hoarding them, because I know I have things like that in my stash also. So now we have this portion ready. What I can do is I can create a small journal card that would go inside this um, envelope. So but before that, I just need to make sure whether I have anything that I want to make out of this scrap. This one is a little too small, and this one is way smaller, which should go inside the envelope. But anyways, we'll see what we can do. Okay, so now what I plan to do is I plan to keep that, and uh, I'm going to cut a journal card out of this scrap piece that I already have. So I'm going to just put this over here and see how big or small it is going to be. That's fine. I'll probably keep it somewhere very close to that size, but it's going to be a little bit bigger on all the sides. That's okay. So this card will go inside this envelope. Okay, so that's done, and we have this stamp also. So that's like a small set that you can put together. And then we have the others, like the tags, the journal cards that we can create from the same thing. So I'm just going to paper clip these so that we can use them and be mindful of the fact that this was supposed to be this, or supposed to go there, because I often start losing things when I have cut down a lot of stuff. So I'd like to keep them organized a little bit. So then I will be showing you some more projects that you can make out of these templates. So keep watching. So these are the random papers that are of various sizes, which I will definitely use creating for uh, pockets or some tags or something. This is a that small label that we have. And now probably I'm going to be using some other papers to create some ephemera. So one thing we can do right away is we can create smaller elements like this, but I'm not sure. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to keep this paper clipped. Okay, and these are the papers that we are going to cut down. So this portion, as I said, is pretty wide enough, too wide to be a tag perhaps, but this will be an excellent a page extender. So when we are working on projects like this, we want to make the projects look very interesting and appealing, to the eye as well as to your brain. So what happens is you create a lot of interactive elements, and this is one of those kind of interactive elements which is super simple, and it just gives us kind of interesting look to your project. So I will be showing you how you can add these kind of interactive elements along the way as we move on to the next part, and more down the lane when we are constructing a journal as such. So the journal is totally going to be constructed out of these collage papers. These are the spring garden collage sheets that I have. They are 20 in number, and 12 of them are with floral accents, 8 of them are blank with only with ephemera collage backgrounds. So you can create your own tags, and then you can use fussy cut flowers, butterflies, words, and create your own kind of tags. Here I'm just trying to guesstimate what I would like to do. So I think I'm going to go with the pockets, because we have not done any pockets yet. So I'm going to cut down 2 pockets of this size. This is pretty small, but that's okay. I'm going to do the reckless method. So this is the reckless method where I don't draw anything out. I just hold the ephemera and then I cut along it. But as you can see, I've changed my mind. This is not what I would like to show. In this case, if your hand shifts even a little, then your whole template is going to be misshapen, and then it's not going to be a template anymore. Your paper will not have the shape of the template, it will have something else. So be careful of that, and never try that unless and until you're confident of pulling it off. uh, that's the entire idea. So that's it. So one pocket done, and I will be creating another one. So now we have nearly 2 pockets done, and a bunch of journal cards ephemera. And so you can pretty well see that how easy it is to create ephemera from collage sheets. The collage sheets are designed in such a way that they should have a number of uses. If you cannot use that in a number of ways, then what's the point in having an ephemera collage sheet? So we will be creating a project out of this, which is going to be super simple, nothing complicated. But you have to be subscribed to the channel first, because in only that way you will get to know when a new video is up. And whenever I try to create a schedule of my schedule never have worked out. Something or the other just crops up, and it isn't a schedule anymore. It's like going haywire. Everything goes haywire. So now I'm going to show you that I will be using this portion as a tag. Now this already has this portion, the one that I'm cutting off, which is totally off the screen, but you'll see it later on. That portion is designed to make a tag or a fold out or whatever. So I'm going to cut that off and keep it as a random piece of ephemera, which can be used in the journal itself. And for the rest of the page, I'm going to be using this to make another large envelope, because when you're making a journal as such, it journal kit, it usually comes with 2 or more envelopes of large size, and some smaller ones also. Um, so we will keep that in mind and create a kit entirely, which is going to be which can be put together using these collage sheets, and then you can make your start making your journal. Very springy, very florally, very watercolor floral sort of thing. And I absolutely loved working on these collage sheets. They were a dream. Like, I have never been so happy putting together something, because I am a very florally person, as you already know. I love the florals in my journals, and also laces. But uh, this one was very close to my heart, because vintage ephemera is one of my very uh, l- you know most preferred sort of thing in a journal making process, and also um, the florals. So here I'm just trying to go through if I need to do something or show you something special. Probably in the next part I will show you how you can put together a small project using these ephemera that we have created, and I will show you how easy it is to make a small envelope. And trust me, these envelopes are super cute. And if you are, I'm just trying to guesstimate basically. um, so this is a very large tag, and when if I cut this tag out, then I won't be able to have this envelope, which I really want to show you people. So I'm going to go with that envelope. I am not going to be used, and this part I'm going to cut out and make something out of it. So we'll see. So now I'm just trying to draw that envelope, and I will be cutting that out. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this out, and you will see, what you can do is, if you're using small envelopes in your journal, you can add small ticket ephemera to it. You can add just a tiny scrap of paper, something stamped in it, some stamps also, some die cut flowers, even a dried flower. They are super cute, and I just couldn't resist myself from adding that tiny envelope to the first set of templates that I created, because it looked so cute. And I was sure that it's going to be, it's going to be an instant. People will love it. The tiny feature, and you can embellish that, a little bit also if you want. You can add tiny floral punched out something, punched butterflies. It's totally up to you. That is why I like about that's the thing I like about templates, because that helps, that just gives you the first impetus to move forward, and then it's up to you. You can take it to another level. You can decorate that, you can use it any way you like. So I'm just going to show you how darn cute this envelope is going to turn out. So here is the front and the back, and here are the tiny flaps. Yeah, so now you can see for yourself how pretty it is. So you can write you can add a tiny label to it, and then that's really, really super cute. And trust me, it's less hassles creating a small envelope using a template. I have nothing against the envelope punch boards. I really use them sometimes, but the templates are really easy to use. So once you have a set of templates that you like, you can use it again and again to create a full-sized kit to be used in your journal. That is the whole idea behind creating template sets. So as I said, this is just the first one. There will be more template sets coming, which will probably have window envelopes, coin envelopes with windows and other stuff, file folders, um, so that you can make your own. So here I'm just trying to figure out the ends. I don't want to fold that paper. So I have this tag, and it is perfectly of the same size. So I'm just going to take off those angular bits, and we're going to be having a tag which you can decorate or embellish as you like. So this is what we have created today, and there's going to be a second part and third part and probably more. So keep watching the series where I put together a junk journal kit, which is the first step, and then we're going to create something from this kit that we have put together. So thank you everybody for being here and watching this video, and I will put all the links to the template set as well as the spring garden kit in the description box. And I'm ever so grateful for your constant support. So if you want to support me more, you can join my Patreon, or you can support me by buying virtual coffee from buy me a coffee. And this little effort of yours is going to give me a little more encouragement to go forward, do more. And my Patreons do enjoy a lot of benefits. As I have said before, they get physical journals as well as digitals every month, so you can check that out too.